et champion olympique. Waldemar Cierpinski,
Einfach sich nur auf eine Platzierung.
I was expecting to place no better than 10th. The best I was hoping for was a bronze medal.
Deuxième, Frank Shorter, États-Unis, United States. Troisième, third, Karel Liesmont, Belgique, Belgium. Et maintenant, l'hymne national du pays du champion olympique. And now the national anthem of the Olympic champions country.
Dem eigentlichen Marathon lauf eigentlich erst 4 und...
I only started running the marathon in 74, 75 in Czechoslovakia. And then in 76 I won a marathon in the German Democratic Republic with a time of 2 hours, 13 minutes and 57 seconds. 6 weeks later I took part in the Olympic trials. I placed 5th in the world standings with a time of 2 hours, 12 minutes and 21 seconds.
Numéro 5. Entendez-vous?
Elle fait bien, mon spot, quoi.
C'est à quel kilomètre?
Le rafraîchissement est à 26.
Rafraîchissement au 26 km. Entendez-vous? Something else? Au 22. C'est les bouteilles qui ont été préparées pour chacun des coureurs.
Ouais. Il y en a peut-être pas pour tous.
C'est une préparation spéciale. Puis
C'est chaque coureur.
c'est numéroté, c'est eux autres qui le préparent, pas de problème avec ça. Attendez pour voir le... Poste numéro 5. Poste numéro 5. Il y a sûrement quelqu'un, ça répond pas.
I was 5th in the world, but since then other marathon runners had improved their times. So many of them that there were 20 runners in Montreal with better times than mine. I felt my first strong emotion just before the start. 70,000 people encouraging you in the stadium and all along the route. That really spurs you on.
The marathon, longest of the Olympic races, is unique in that the runners leave the stadium. They run through different areas of the city in good weather or bad. And in Montreal, they ran up one side of a mountain and down the other. At regular intervals, there are checkpoints and spots where runners can grab some quick nourishment. In Montreal, there were even portable showers. No one used them since rain poured down for half the race. The route of this race, deceptively easy-looking, is lined with spectators, all happy to see someone else working. Many can just watch from their doorstep. Others make a Sunday outing of it. The fact that it's free only adds to their enjoyment. They applaud the front runners with admiration, and to the last ones they give some last-ditch encouragement. Spectators in the stadium are caught up in the competitive atmosphere. For the crowd in the streets, it's more like a carnival. In 490 BC, the runner Phidippides ran from Athens to Sparta and back in 2 days and 2 nights. He finished a 300-mile cross-country race, almost 500 kilometers, and survived, which was bad luck for him since the longest race in the modern Olympics is dedicated not to his memory, but to that of an unknown soldier who ran 40 kilometers to announce the Greek victory at Marathon and promptly died. This grouping of ideas like Greece, victory, and death was too tempting for the founders of the modern Olympic movement. Searching for suitable symbolism, they remembered the story and came up with a race which had never existed in antiquity. This strange race might have died an early death, but it survived. It was run in Athens in 1896. In 1908, it was lengthened, as a result of a royal whim, from 24.5 miles to 26 miles, 219 feet, or 42 kilometers, 195 meters, and it became the symbol of the Olympic Games. Kilometers from the start, the field is still bunched up, but the favorites have taken control. They impose on the race that hypnotic rhythm which helps runners ignore blisters and muscular cramps. All thoughts of the stadium, where various events are still going on, fade away. Now the runners think only of the race they have to run. In 30 minutes, 48 seconds, they have run 10 kilometers. At most, there is a 2-second difference between 1 kilometer and the next. Cierpinski's name still hasn't appeared on the electronic scoreboard. No one has noticed him yet. So far in this race, he's been almost an invisible man.
It started to rain, but the spectators all stayed put, all along the route, encouraging us. All I could hear were people yelling Drayton, Shorter, Rogers. No one knew my name. For miles and miles, always these 3 names. I really felt completely unknown. Obviously, I knew, like everybody else, that Shorter was the heavy favorite, and that was a bad handicap at the beginning. He seemed to have everything going for him. And he had an incredible reputation. For me, he was the ideal of a perfect runner. Shorter decided to use his normal tactic and string out the field by successive breakaways. At 23 kilometers, he made his move. With that one move, the whole field broke up. It was an incredibly strong breakaway when it came, and at a time like that, you have to think fast and make your choice. Keep up your regular pace or stick close to the leader. Since my training had gone well, no problems, no injuries, I decided to stick close to him. A lot of people will tell you that marathon runners don't run against others, but against themselves and against the clock. For me, winning is beating your opponent, not only improving your time. I'd rather be first with a time of 2 hours 15 minutes than second at 2 hours and 10 minutes. Personally, I don't like always running in spurts, but there was one advantage to Shorter's strategy. There were only two of us. It was a one-to-one battle. Everyone else was left behind.
Less than 30 kilometers from the start, it's become a struggle between runners in the second rank for the bronze medal. Jerome Drayton from Canada, Shiva Singh from India, Finland's Lassi Viren, who won the 5 and 10,000 meters at the Munich Games, had just won them for a second time in Montreal, and who had hopes of duplicating Zatopek's exploit at the Helsinki Games. Belgium's Carol Lismont, and Bill Rogers from the USA. They're still only 30 seconds behind the leaders, but 30 seconds in a race where you can only hope to make up 2 seconds each kilometer is an eternity.
Poste numéro 5. Poste numéro 5. Entendez-vous?
At this point, they are no longer 30 kilometers from the start, but 12 kilometers from the finish. Thoughts of returning to the stadium come to the surface again.
I can't remember anymore how many times Shorter tried to break away, but each time his attempt was less energetic and lasted less time. Between the 33rd and 34th kilometers, Shorter made one last effort. I could feel him weakening, but I still seemed to have reserves of strength. I passed him, and this time I left him behind. All of a sudden, like magic, people began yelling my name and encouraging me.
Now, for Shorter, each second lost is irretrievably lost. For Rogers, who led throughout the first half, the race becomes a nightmare. It takes him 12 minutes to cover the 2 kilometers which still stand between him and the stadium, where the last of the Olympic events are going on. In the stadium, the director of athletics has started the 189th race in 8 days. The shortest lasted 10 seconds. The one now about to finish in a new Olympic record time will have lasted 2 hours, 9 minutes and 55 seconds.
He's not far from the stadium now. He'll certainly better the best Olympic performance. If Shorter hopes to win the gold, he's going to have to sprint. It's been known to happen. Winners ending a marathon with a sprint. When I see how fresh Cierpinski looks, I think Shorter's going to have to be content with a silver medal.
First, an Olympic champion, République démocratique d'Allemagne, Germany.
We're going to see him here in a few moments, the toughest athlete, or one of the toughest in the world. If the athlete who wins the Decathlon is the best all-round athlete, then the winner of the marathon is the toughest. Here he is, Waldemar Cierpinski, of the German Democratic Republic, applauded by over 70,000 people.
Le record, la meilleure performance depuis qu'il a, il y a moins de 2h09. Il va faire aux environs de 2h10, 2h10.
Certainement la meilleure performance aux Jeux Olympiques.
La meilleure performance aux Jeux, il n'y a pas de problème.
Frank Shorter is not too far behind. Here's Shorter coming into the stadium.
Parce qu'il y a beaucoup d'Américains aux Stade Olympiques. Et voilà cette foule. Il est difficile d'évaluer la foule.
The feeling that hits you when you come into the stadium first, well, I can't describe it. It's so strong you really lose your head. I promised myself I'd sprint for the last 100 meters. The track was wet, and I didn't want to speed up on the curve. At the moment I wanted to start my sprint, I had to hold back. The scoreboard showed there was still 1 lap to go. So I thought I still had 1 lap to go. I didn't know what was happening. The number didn't go out. I was completely lost. The first time around, I was thinking so much about my final sprint that I didn't see the figure 1. Just to be sure, I ran 1 lap more. It was when I saw Shorter stop at the finish line that I understood what I'd done. I'd run 1 lap too many. So that when I finally stopped, Frank Shorter was there at the finish line to congratulate me. I was angry at having failed to get in my final sprint. I would have been fourth in the world.